The hunt was well and truly on to find a Spino army strong enough to face off against the bosses of the island, but little did I know that the Ark was not going to allow this today, and no matter how far I searched, the Overseer would do all it could to prevent me from ascending to reach our next challenge and face off against the rest of the Arks. This day began with a plan to make sure that things went smoothly, which, for a while, worked out. Starting off by flipping on the generator and allowing the berries to breed so that whilst we were out, our eggs would be collected, incubated and ready to hatch when we got back. As soon as this was done, it was time to head on out, but our first destination today would be towards the ice and snow in search of oil to cook up more gasoline so that our generator didn't run out. On the way, however, I spotted an island of penguins, and as sorry as I felt about this, they were a great source of organic polymer, and so I did just that, harvesting them all before eventually finding and mining the oil that I had flown there for on top of some obsidian. So back I headed to drop these all off at home, stopping off at the volcano for a nice chunk of metal too. And once I was back, I got my forge to work overtime, smelting down some ingots and gasoline, which, in doing so, allowed me to build up an industrial grill, which should fix any food problems for the future, as well as a light so that I could see what I was up to at night. But now it was time to find some Spinos, so off out I headed again. But before arriving at the rivers, I found the greatest green drop of all time. Hell yeah, look at those drums, man. I also came across a yellow drop with some silica pearls and ascendant scuba leggings, before finally heading all the way around to the east side of the swamp, finding nothing but Deinosuchus and some more useless drops. The only Spinos that I could find were so weak, so I took them all out, searching all around the swamps and the redwoods, by the northwest mountain and eventually leading to snowy waters, where still, I could find nothing. By this point, a lot of time had passed, and I was fighting through raptors, more weak Spinos, mining metal, and finding more terrible drops, until for now, I had to take a break, heading back to base and began hatching some berries, with no luck yet either on achieving a breeding pair. Whilst waiting around, I placed down my drums, but noticed I had lost one of the baryonyx, and it was miles out of the sea, so I managed to rescue them. I don't know how he got there, but bringing them back to base before spying an alpha raptor nearby. I took out Frostbite the RG, taking them on, and easier than expected, I was able to take them down, gaining myself a better crossbow, but despite this, I was still not happy with the fact that I had no strong Spinos as of yet. I headed out once again, finding nothing but drops and beaver dams. However, after a short stamina break, I was interrupted by a pack of raptor, followed by a Rex, and after a fierce battle, they were taken care of, but that's when I spotted it. In the river next to me, I caught a glimpse of an otter, and I had to tame this, feeding it some fresh fish and having a new little buddy to sit on my shoulders as we headed further on, finding a pretty poor red drop that was absolutely surrounded by dilos, which, other than the scuba tank, was not worth it. By this point, I had really had enough, and getting back to base, I wanted to get a good breeding pair for my berries, which, after some time, I finally was able to achieve, along with a small imprinted army to continue to protect the base. With this done, all that was left to do was tame the elusive boss-destroying Spino, but no matter how far I searched this day, or how long I spent, I was unable to find anything. So with my tail between my legs, I got home, crafting up a fridge and an air conditioner to help with food and hatching eggs, but with nowhere else to look, I had to end this day as a failure. If you'd like to see me record these videos live, then make sure to check out my streams right here most Wednesdays and Fridays with some occasional weekend streams. These are weekly videos that will follow this story. And don't forget to hit that like button if you want to help this channel grow. I really do appreciate it all. And finally, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any more of the content here. And I will catch you all in the next one.